Hello. So creepy. I know I'm so forward, but I have to be to turn on everything. Hi, everyone. Joanne, Nancy. Nancy, have I not seen you for a while? I feel like I haven't. I mean, seeing you as in, oh, Nancy's here. Lynn and Dave. Hello, hello. I love the flowers. Michael, good morning. Definitely a time for planting. I have been planting again, finally. I said I wasn't going to go crazy with tomatoes. Last year, I think I planted 36 plants. I know that's crazy. But if you know me, I kind of do that. I go overboard. And I don't do anything a little bit. I do everything a lot of it. um, so this year so far, I think I planted 26, but I'm stopping because it's too much to harvest and they all come at once. But it's really great because I actually roast them and I freeze them. So I'm actually still eating tomatoes, believe it or not. I found this great gluten-free pasta made with cauliflower, and I've been stir frying veggies and my roasted tomatoes with the pasta. It's so delicious. It's like a whole different profile of flavor. So I love tomatoes. Anyway, all right. Who's here? Dina, good morning. All right. So anybody have anything in particular that you'd like to share, to focus on? Let me know. And then I do have some things I've thought of doing. So if there's nothing in particular, then I'll do what I was planning to do. So speak now or forever hold your peace right there. Chat, chat, chat. Subscribe if you're not subscribed already. Good morning, Carolyn. All my regulars. All right. So let me know what's going on. And if not, I'm going back there. Shoulders and left knee. That's like, boom, diagonal. All right, I'm going to go back here because I didn't see her anything else, but I do see that Dina did report something. Okay. For today's practice, I would like to focus on posture and on the upper body, because myself, I've been working a lot lately, creating some online programs, and I've had issues in my shoulder, which I never, ever, ever do. And I realized that it was actually, I sit at a pretty high desk, and I think that my arms are a little higher than usual. So I think I'm jamming the shoulder in the joint. And so it was a real raised awareness piece for me yesterday, the ergonomics of the way we are throughout the day and that relationship to issues in our tissues, the functional aspect of issues in our tissues. And so that's what I'd like to address today. I'd like today's practice to be your own chiropractor, be your own physical therapist. Whenever we get an issue in our body, we say, oh, I need to go see the chiropractor. Oh, I need to go see the physical therapist. And if you learn how to be your own detective of where your issues are, and you place your bag of bones, your skeleton, you place your joints in a safer way throughout your day, you can actually be your own chiropractor and be your own physical therapist. And actually, I found that that's what I had to do when I had my injury. I was seeing physical therapists and chiropractors and acupuncturists, and I was trying lots of stuff. And what I realized, I would ask a lot of questions. Is this? And really, the best chiropractor and the best physical therapist for your body is you, because you actually feel what's happening in your body. So if you learn how to place your body throughout the day, how to move, how to sit, how to stand, and then how to relieve yourself when you need relief, you could be your own physical therapist or chiropractor. And actually, that's what yoga is. Yoga is your own physical therapy, your own chiropractic. It's your way to connect your mind and your body to uncover where you have issues, where you have blockages, so that you can actually release them. Okay, so for today's practice, You're going to need a blanket and something for supporting your upper body. So I brought out a whole bunch of things here to give you options. We could do this with 2 blocks, and this would probably be my most preferred if you did have 2 blocks. Not everybody does. For those, you could also be pillows or rolled up blankets. And that's why this is, so if you have blocks, great. And if you don't, rolled up bath towels can be pretty firm, and those can also be very helpful. If you do have an egg block, I know very few of you do. Well, if you're practicing with me, you do, because either I've given one as a gift to my private clients, or you may have purchased one through me, because I love this prop. So if you had this could also be something that would go in the middle of your spine when we do some postural correction. And then the other thing is pillows or a bolster. This can go across your chest, whether it's a bolster, whether it's pillows. I'm going to leave that here because I'm going to put that under my knees. I'm going to do like the full Monty today, not the naked version. I just learned that recently, that's what that is, right? The full Monty is like, I think when isn't there something where like the men take off all their clothes or something, the full Monty. So not the full Monty. Let's back up with that. All right. Sorry, I have to. Hopefully you're out there laughing too. All right. So I'm going to use the bolster today underneath my legs because that will be the full expression of me taking care of me, the full self-care of correcting my posture and supporting my lower body. And then for those of you that have hip or knee or low back issues, having something underneath your knees can actually be really nice and relaxing for those joints, the low back, the hips, and the knees. All right. So I'm going to begin with a warm up of some sort. And I'd like you to have 2 blocks or something to support yourself in a seated position. So the options are, you could do 2 blocks where you put your blocks between your heels and you sit down on your blocks, or you could do 1 block that you sit on, or 1 block that you sit on. So this is a great way to have a supported knee flexion to keep your knees nice and limber if you're still able to get a bend in your knees, which is really good to keep a bend in the knees for as long as you can, maybe even forever. So 2 blocks would be great. If not, rolled up blankets, rolled up pillows, rolled up towels would be good as well. So go ahead and get what you need for that. You could also sit on a bolster. You could sit crisscross leg position, or you could get up and sit in a chair. We're going to do a little warm up before we come into the deep postural stretch. And before we do that, I want to warm up the upper body, bring some blood here, remove some congestion that may exist in your upper body, so that when we do go into a stretch, we're really safe in that aspect. So go ahead and grab what you need. And then also for the practice today, we are going to be using a strap. So get a strap and put your strap off to the side, because we'll be using that for the practice as well. So whatever you're going to come into, for me, I'm going to elevate myself with this, and I'm actually going to put a blanket down first because it just seems so nice to have all this support for my body. There's something really nice about that. And then I'm going to use these 2 blocks to have my tushy go on them. And I'm going to bring, my knees are bent. The blocks are right between my ankles. And then I'm going to sit up. And then notice when you get here, is this good for you? Does this feel really supportive for you? Or maybe you need to go down to 1 block. It just depends on your body. So for me, actually, it does feel a little better for me to be down on 1 block. So try to, for those of you with knee flexion issues, sometimes 3 blocks is necessary. So do whatever you can do. Knees are bent in hero's pose, or you're in Sukhasana, or you're up in a seat. Whatever you need to do, we're going to focus on warming up and lubricating the upper body. And I want you to be in as comfortable of a position as possible when we do this. So find your way into whatever you're going to find your way into. And then come into this position, bring your elbows underneath your shoulders. When the elbows are underneath the shoulders, it supports you posturally in the upper body. So elbows underneath the shoulders. I want you to take one hand across your body, doesn't matter which one, and I want you to open your arm out to the side like this and feel the shoulder bone moving, the upper arm bone, the humerus bone in the shoulder joint. Feel that right there. This front part of your joint is where many and probably most of the issues are, especially when it comes to posture and that rounded postural position. And then do the same thing on the other side. And of course, only if this is appropriate for you. So if you have a torn shoulder or something going on in your shoulders, maybe lifting this hand up maybe is uncomfortable. So this is a little bit of a self-awareness, self-analysis of the shoulder joint moving in the sockets. Bring both hands here, elbows are at the sides. Let's open, inhale, and close, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Keep your elbows along your side of your body. And as you do this, you don't need to lift your hands very high. As you do this, notice where you feel a stretch. And notice how when you get to this end range of motion for you, the tightness in the upper back as those muscles contract to bring you into this position. And then bring yourself, inhale into the open position. Stay here, exhale. Inhale, exhale. Alongside your body as if you were up against a wall and your fingernails are grazing on the wall behind you. So try to keep your arms to the side as much as possible. One more. And then bring your hands down. Bring your palms up. When the palms are up, this actually helps. It's called external rotation. And it actually helps to open up the shoulder joint and to keep that upper arm bone a little deeper in the socket. So for those with shoulder issues or chronic shoulder issues, having this position, hands here, helps to lift the chest and bring a little openness to that shoulder here. All right, let's bring the shoulders forward, bring them up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. Forward, up, back, and down. And turn that into a circle. Close your eyes. Notice if you feel any clanging or movement of your bones, especially the shoulder blades gliding up and down the back of the rib cage. Notice if it feels okay for your body to do this. Try to go to the fullest range of motion in the circle. So you're really stretching all the muscles of the shoulder girdle. And then bring yourself back to center or to neutral. Stay here. Take an exhale. Push the shoulder blades back. Inhale to lift the shoulder blades up. Bring them forward, down, back, up, forward, down, and move in this range of motion, circular patterns. Back, up, and down. And then one more. Bring yourself back to center. Keep your eyes closed if you can. Palms are up towards the sky. Inhale, lift your shoulders up, and exhale to drop them. Inhale up, exhale, drop. Inhale up, exhale, drop. One more. Inhale up, exhale, drop. And then go ahead and open your eyes. Bring your arms out to the side. So bring them to the side and as far to the side as you can. So if you were up against a wall, your thumbs would be touching the wall. So you don't want to be here. We want to try to warm ourselves up in the most open position possible, having the shoulder joint as far back in the socket as possible, and activating the upper back muscles that help to support the shoulders. So you're going to keep your hands here. Exhale, inhale, exhale, bring your fingers towards your shoulders. Inhale, open. Exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Stay here. Hold on to your shoulder. This is like what the rotator cuff is like. The rotator cuff is 4 tendons at the ends of the muscles that help to hold that shoulder blade there. So it's a really precarious joint. It's the most injured joint. It's the most mobile and most injured is the shoulder. So take your rotator cuff hands holding onto your shoulder. Let's lift the arms up to the side, lift the throat up, inhale. As you exhale, start to bring your chin to your chest, bring your elbows down, bring your elbows towards each other, and then begin your inhale. Inhale, elbows up, throat opens. Around, 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 your exhale begins. Close your eyes. Inhale to open. Exhale, chin to chest. Go slow here. You inhale forward, up and open. And you exhale, chin to chest. Go as big as you can. Imagine that there's a Sharpie marker on the ends of your elbows, and in front of you is a big piece of paper, and you're trying to draw the biggest circle possible with your elbows. Two more like this. See if you can feel your belly stretch. When you lift your head up, you lift your elbows up, really lengthening the front of your body, helping to take sitting and that forward motion out of your body. Bring yourself back to center. Go ahead and open your eyes. Palms are up, shoulders are relaxed. Take an exhale. And as you inhale, push one ear straight up towards the sky. Exhale back to center. Inhale, push the opposite ear straight up towards the sky. And then back to center. Close your eyes. Inhale, the ear moves straight up. The tip of your ear is straight up towards the sky. It's the tip of the ear moving up on your inhale, lengthening, lengthening, and the exhale's relaxing back to neutral. The eyes are closed, feeling your neck, feeling what's appropriate, especially if you have issues in your neck. Because if we have issues in our body, our protection is always on high alert. And when you close your eyes and you direct your awareness to wherever your issues are, you could guide yourself safely in a safe range of motion for your body, for your joints. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to relax. And then bring yourself back to center. Keep your eyes closed. Chin is parallel towards the ground. Push your head back a little. Lift your heart up. Take an exhale. Keep the eyes closed. Inhale and move your head towards one side as if you were trying to look over your shoulder, but your eyes are closed. Feel your neck, feel your upper back moving. You exhale back to center. Inhale, keep your chin parallel to the ground. You inhale as if you were looking over your shoulder, directly over your shoulder. Feel that stretch wherever you feel it. Chin is parallel, the neck is stacked, so make sure your head is pressing back, your heart is lifted, your elbows are underneath your shoulders. You inhale, letting your head move to the side, and you exhale back to center. Last movement to each side. Bringing yourself back to center on the end of the exhale. Keep your teeth together Take an inhale. As you exhale, let your chin go straight down towards your chest. Keep your teeth together as you inhale. The tip of your chin reaches forward and all the way up towards the sky. Teeth are together. You exhale, your chin goes straight down towards your chest slowly. Closing the eyes, feeling this movement in your body. Where do you feel the stretch? Inhale, teeth are together. Tip of the chin up towards the sky. Feel that stretch along the neck and under the jaw. One more each direction. Bring yourself back to center. Keep your eyes closed. Take your hands, rub your hands together pretty firmly so you feel some heat generating in the palms. Take your hands and cover your eyes. You could let the heel of your hand rest on your cheekbone. See if you could feel the heat from the eyes or the heat from the palms. Bring your awareness to your eyelids. Allow your eyes to blink themselves open. Notice how you feel. Notice how your neck feels, how your shoulders feel, how your chest feels. Let's take the arms. The hands are open. Take the hands down alongside the body. Exhale, and then inhale to reach up. Let your gaze go up with your hands. Any range of motion will do. Whether your body has full range of motion available or not, doesn't matter. Inhale. Whatever your full range is perfect. One more. Take your hands alongside your body. Inhale. Open your heart. Let your shoulder blades slide towards each other. Exhale to hug yourself. Inhale. Real big stretch here. Exhale. Try to crisscross one arm over and then switch. Two more. One more. Bring yourself out. Sort of come up out of the position of the knees bent. So whatever that means for you, let's move ourselves onto the blanket. So folding the blanket, moving yourself off of wherever you are, whatever position you are in, coming to all fours. We want to unkink the hoses and let our fluids flow freely through your body. So bend your foot, lengthen one foot at a time, pressing the foot back through the heel, and then let's do the other side as well. So go back and forth, switch one leg and the other. Keep your head lifted. Don't let it hang, but don't lift it so severely that you put tension into the upper back and neck. And one at a time, bringing in some warmth into your body. And then come to all fours. Let's do fists for wrists. So come up onto your knuckles. Arms are straight. Take the wrists out of the equation. Stack the wrist, the shoulders, the elbows. And then let the rib cage move towards the ground so that the shoulders go deep into the socket. The shoulder blades come towards each other in the back. And then push your hands into the ground. Lift your rib cage away from the ground, stretching the ribs. Keep your head in this position. Tip of the nose is pointing down towards the ground. So we're actually just moving through the shoulder joint, called flossing the shoulders. Make sure it feels appropriate for your body, depending on what your issues are. We're not adding any spinal bend here. The spine is staying neutral. You're moving up and down in your shoulder joint, One more. And then let's bring yourself back all the way up. Take your hands, clasp your hands behind you. So you either clasp your hands behind you like this, or the palms are together, or you grab your elbows or your wrists, or you can take your hands and place your hands on your top of the pelvis, right where the top edge of the pelvis is. So do whatever feels good for you. Chest expansion. Spread your knees a little bit here and stretch the chest. So reach your hands down and away, press your rib cage forward, open your heart, feel the front of the lungs stretch. Reach your hands down. So you decide how deep of the stretch you want to be. This is chest expansion. It's a really great posture to try throughout the day, especially if you've been sitting a lot or doing anything that's a downward movement. Take one more breath. And then slowly bring yourself out of that. Take your hands, shake your hands. So we're going to go down into the floor and we're going to do a supported chest opener. And a fish posture is the posture where we're on the ground and we're stretching the chest. When we're doing this, that's called extension when you put your spine in this position. So we're going to do a supported variation of chest expansion or spinal extension. This is the opposite of the way we live our lives throughout the day. So you could get whatever props are appropriate to put behind your heart area. Could be a rolled up blanket, could be a bolster, could be blocks. I'm going to do the blocks today and I'll show you how I'm going to do them. So I'm going to take one block and place it across so that my shoulder blades will rest on that. It'll be right behind my heart. And then the block at the top, many of you may need that level there. I know that I can go a little lower with mine. Don't necessarily need the blanket here. Well, yeah. I am going to use the cushion though underneath my body. So come to the side. Keep your front spine open. Make sure you don't collapse down. Really stay open and lifted here. You're going to bring yourself down onto your props, whatever that means for you. Keep the knees bent as you find your way into what's appropriate for your body. And then either the knees are going to stay bent or the legs are going to go straight. And if the legs do go straight, having something underneath your legs will be a little more forgiving for the back, the hips, the knees. So bring yourself into something where you feel a pretty substantial stretch across the chest. And it's nice to close your eyes and to feel your way into what feels appropriate for you and your body. And maybe at first you need to go a little bit softer, so the arms need to go lower. Maybe the elbows are not quite as bent. Whatever it is for you, feel your way into an appropriate stretch. And if you're having any kind of neck tension, you could do a couple side-to-side movements with your head, neck rolls, so that you free up tension. Keep your mouth closed. Let your back teeth be separated. Focus on your breath. Breathe down to your belly. See if you could fill the space where the lower ribs, below the low ribs, the whole belly, the front, the back, the sides, and the bottom. Keeping your mouth closed, breathing in through your nose, directing your breath to your belly. See if you could fill up your belly with breath. Stay with your breath. If your mind wanders, bring it back to your breath. Now that you've been here for a few minutes, see if you could go a little deeper, maybe raising your arms up a little, maybe bending the elbows more or less, closing the eyes, feeling your way into what feels like a deeper stretch for you. And then wherever you are, finish the breath you're on. Take 5 more breaths. Deep, filling up the belly. And then bring your awareness to your body, to your upper body, to your shoulders, to where your arms are attaching to your body, to your chest. And move a little side to side by pressing one shoulder blade back towards whatever you're on, and then the other. And see if you feel any difference. One side being tighter than the other. Maybe you're able to detect that, maybe not. Noticing what you notice, being your own chiropractor, your own physical therapist, so that you can find where you need to heal, where you need to strengthen, where you need to lengthen, where you need to unblock or unclog. And then last final breaths and stretch here. Maybe you reach your arms overhead, maybe more out to the side. Maybe you move your arms up and down, whatever your body feels like it wants. Explore with the eyes closed where you can go. Explore the nooks and crannies. And as you explore, you're clearing, like you're clearing cobwebs in an attic that hasn't been visited for a while. So explore with the eyes closed. Where do you have your tightness, your tension? Where can you go safely without feeling discomfort or pain? And then go ahead and bend your arms. Bend your knees. We're going to roll off of whatever you're on and come off of everything onto your side. Let your spine relax. Let it come into this neutral position laterally. And feel and notice what you notice. Take your hand and bring your hand onto the ground, and then push yourself to bring yourself up. Let's do a little check-in here. Close your eyes, feel your body. Notice what you notice. And go ahead and open your eyes. It's important, especially when you do really deep stretching like that, that you pay attention to what is safe ranges of motion for you. And to notice if you've done too much or if there's still a little more to be done. And especially if you have issues in your tissues, because fear and protection sits in our tissues. And so when you can close your eyes, when you could be very aware of what you're doing, that's the way you become your own chiropractor and your own physical therapist. And then when you do that, you're less likely to need to run to the orthopedic surgeon to see what's going on inside. And that's important too, because once we go to an orthopedic surgeon, there's one tool that they have in their toolbox. It's called surgery. And maybe there's also cortisone injections or PCP, right? So whatever the tools are that they have, when you go there, those are one of the tools you're going to get. So if those are not tools you want, cortisone injections, PRP or PCP, right? Plasma-rich platelets. Or Rooster, they have different things that they inject. So if that's something that you really don't want to do, then that's not the course of action. Maybe you need to go to first be your own chiropractor and your own physical therapist. And then from there, go that route to see what's going on. And you can actually heal yourself a lot. I've healed myself a lot, so I know it's possible. Let's take the props. You're going to need one block for the practice. Take the other one off. Your bolster, you could put that to the side for the end of the practice today. And then let's grab the blanket. Bring the blanket up on the top of the mat. Have your strap handy and your block handy. Let's come down onto the ground, come all the way to the side. Reach your hand nice and long and then bring yourself down onto the ground. Take your blanket and make sure it's underneath your head and neck, not the upper back. Fold the blanket in whatever feels appropriate for you. If you want to help correct your posture, try to do as little blanket as possible. Not so little, though, that you're like this and your chin is reaching up and you're struggling to be here. You want to be where your chin is parallel to your feet and your tip of your nose is pointing up to the sky. So also don't fold it too high, because the more pillow you put underneath the head, the more you're facilitating that rounded position in your upper body. So here on the ground for this practice, not necessarily all the time, you could go into comfort the rest of the times, but for now, let's try to do the best that we could do for our body while we're here with awareness and intention. Knees are bent, feet are flat. Push your hands into the ground. Lift your rib cage away so your head presses into the ground and your hands and your tushies on the ground. And you lift your rib cage up. Slide your shoulder blades towards each other so you let the shoulder blades rest right where they should be in their home. And then take your body long, one leg and then the other. Take your arms up overhead if your body will let you. So you explore whether this is possible for you or not. Maybe the arms need to be out to the side for some of you. Reach, reach, reach. Do whatever you can do. It's always about what you can and not about what you can't. This is a can practice. Let me see what I can do. Take an inhale. As you exhale, draw one knee into your chest. Hold on to that knee. Draw the knee towards your body. We're doing a little asymmetrical stretch here. lengthening one psoas on one side, contracting it on the other. So hold on to your shin, draw your knee towards your chest as deep as you can. And then for some of you, maybe holding underneath the hamstring area might be better for you. Notice what you feel, where you feel it. This lengthened leg, the psoas is attached to the lumbar spine and the inner leg. So you may feel front of the hip stretch. You may even feel low back stretch on that side. And then the knee bent side, you may feel right where that hip joint is. Notice that. And then let's take the leg and move the leg out to the side. Keep the knee really high and out to the side. Feel that inner thigh stretch. Take your opposite arm off to the side and notice what you feel. Do you feel your hip flexors? Do you feel the hip joint? Bring the knee back to center. Take your hand, hold on to the knee. Guide the knee over to the opposite side, but keep the tushy cheeks on the ground. You're not coming into spinal rotation. I want you to just be stretching your pelvic area, the hips, the legs, where the legs attach to the body. And then come back to center. Let's place that leg onto the ground. Let's lengthen that leg and draw the other leg in. Go slow. Notice how your body functions. Take your hands on top of your leg. And if you feel that you need to put a little bit more blanket under your head, fold your head a little bit more. It actually helps you stretch a little deeper in the lower body if you're not doing too much to the upper body. So feel what feels appropriate. Draw the knee in deeply. Keep the mouth closed, breathe here. If you need to hold on underneath, do that. One more breath. Take your hand on the knee, take the opposite hand to the side, and draw your leg to the side. Your elbow could rest on the ground or hover. Take one more breath. And then you're going to bring the knee back to center. We're going to take the knee over towards the other side, keeping the tushy on the ground. You're not lifting your tushy up, so it may not be that it moves over very much. Last breath. Bend the opposite knee, put both feet on the ground. Take your hands out to the side, bending the elbows wherever you can. Take your feet wide as your mat. Keep the soles of the feet on the ground and do a little side to side. Soles of the feet stay on the ground. So don't let them come off yet. Keep this in the legs, in the hips. Don't let it go into the spine. Feel your tailbone touching the ground. Feel your pelvis touching the ground. Feel the stretch where the legs attach to the body. Notice one side and then the other. And then start to let the soles come up. Notice how the tushy cheek wants to roll off. It starts to go towards the back, so make sure you feel okay and go slow here. Exhale, contract your core, zipper up your midsection to bring your heavy leg bones back to center. Inhale to lengthen. Feel the low back, especially if the tushy comes off the ground. Exhale, zipper up your midsection like you have a tight pair of jeans you're putting on to protect your low back. Inhale to the side. Go slow with breath. Exhale back to center. You inhale to lengthen. Your knees go out to the side. Lengthen, lengthen, lengthen. As you come back to center, zipper, zipper up. Zipper, zipper, zipper. Feel yourself stretch. Try to have your waist be really long here when your legs go to the side. And then bring yourself zipper up back to center. So this is a windshield wiper action. This is the pelvis is actually tilting side to side. So this is going to stretch the hip joint. It's going to stretch the pelvis, and it's going to stretch the low back. So a lot of people have issues in the low back, and the tilting of the pelvis and the rotation that comes into the low back. If you have chronic low back issues, there could be that protection and that seizing and that contraction that happens in your body. So this is a way for you to be your own chiropractor, be your own physical therapist, feel yourself inside your body and convey with your mind and your body that this is safe, that you have control. Because we usually throw our bag of bones, that connection of mind body, and our body is so busy trying to protect itself, it's contracting, seizing, holding. And so a lot of the low back issues are that protection, that natural innate protection of your body trying to protect. This is a way to repattern, connecting mind and body with movement of, okay, let's explore this. And for you to be connected and to understand the movements here. Take your feet off the mat. Now the psoas muscle, which is your filet mignon, it's your loin. It's from the tip of your middle finger to your elbow. It's at like about 16 inches long, and the girth of your wrist. It's your loin, and it attaches on to all 5 low back bones and to the inner thigh. So when we do the windshield wiper, we're actually lubricating and warming up this whole middle section of the body. And this is where so many issues can happen. So we're going to be very conscious with our movement. We're not going to be subconscious and let our body go into protection and fear. We're going to be subconscious. We're going to pattern and train ourselves functionally and safely. So I want your eyes closed, feet are as wide as your mat, arms are to the side, palms are up towards the sky, especially those of you with low back issues. Notice here that the low back is not touching the ground. Notice that the pressure is in the pelvis, the end of your spine, the sacrum, and the tailbone. And then do a little side to side, meaning barely. Your kneecaps are moving 1 inch, 1 inch, 1 inch to the side, 1 inch to the side, just so you feel the weight shifting from left to right, left to right, left to right. That is going to take you into rotation when you go bigger. And rotation goes into the lumbar spine. The lumbar spine bones do not have rotational joints. The facet joints of the lumbar spine are not designed for rotation. So it's the musculature of the lower back and the core that does the work. So you got to convey the safety to the muscles. Exhale. As you inhale, long waist, slowly let the knees go over to the left. Let the right waist be long. Push the right leg away from you and the right thigh away as you lengthen your knees to the left, coming into the right. Now we're going to begin to come back to center. Exhale, zipper up as if you had a super tight pair of jeans on, pushing your belly strongly towards your spine. Maybe it moves towards the ground, and bring your knees back up to center with that protection. Relax your core, let it go. Inhale, lengthen your legs out to the right. Make the left waist be really long. Push the left pelvis away from you. Feet are staying on the ground though. Exhale, zipper, zipper, zipper. Push the belly button back towards the spine. Push the low back towards the ground. Feel the pressure in the sacrum. Feel the pressure in the pelvis. Relax on the inhale as you lengthen your muscles. Introduce this movement. Exhale with protection. Zipper up your midsection, lifting the pelvic floor, activating the obliques, activating the core, and then relax with the inhale. Go slow, close your eyes. Feel this in your body. Feel what lengthening and stretch feels like. Feel what protection and contraction feels like. The next time you come over to the left, stay there. Relax. Let your head roll to the right. And then lengthen your right arm away from you. Bend the right wrist. Keep the right fingernails on the ground at first. And then let the right fingernails just come away from the ground, maybe about an inch. Reach your hand long. And then try to unbend the front of the right leg, the right hip joint area. Push the right hip up towards the sky. Lengthen the right leg long, keeping the foot on the ground. Try to find length in your body. Feel it. Feel the shoulder, feel the chest, feel the side of the body, feel the hip. Maybe feel the back. And if the back is bothering you, push the belly button towards the spine, contract the core, and protect your back. Take one more breath. And then slowly, slowly bringing yourself back to center. Relax here, let everything go. We're doing what's called somatic awareness or interoception, inner body awareness. This is how you keep yourself safe. This is how you clear your cobwebs. This is how you create more space, more range of motion safely. And this is how you learn how to move functionally and create more potential for function so that you can minimize wear and tear in your joints, minimize arthritis, minimize pain and discomfort, and slow down bone loss from minerals leaving the bones to create arthritic deposits or protection, bone spurs, and all that stuff. Let's take an exhale. Relax your body. And then inhale, slowly lengthen as your knees move to the right. Feel the left waist getting longer. Feel the left leg moving away from you. And when you get all the way there, relax. Let your head roll to the left. Lengthen the left arm. Keep the fingernails on the ground at first and flex the left wrist, pushing the left heel of the hand away from you. And then you can let the left fingers come away from the ground. Lengthen your left side now. Reach your left wrist away. And then push the left hip straight up towards the sky. Lengthen the left leg away. Don't let your left tushy be too far away from the ground. Don't go crazy. You could actually push your heart up towards the sky as well, adding a little back bend to the upper spine, closing your eyes to feel what range of motion is appropriate for you. Clear your cobwebs. Breathe down to your left waist. Breathe down to your left belly. Stay with your breath. Stay with your body. Feel the breath moving in your body. Take one more breath. And then bringing yourself back to center. Walk your feet back. Walk your feet back towards your body and then bring one knee at a time up. Hold on to the side of the shin. Bring the knee up. Draw the knees to the chest like a tight ball. Make a tight ball here, the tightest ball you can. For some of you, holding on to the shins will be okay. For others, you may need to hold underneath the hamstrings. You'll get a little bit more of a ball. And then for some of you, if you'd like, not those with osteoporosis. This is not for anyone with osteoporosis or spinal wedge fractures. So if you have that, you stay down. But if you'd like to try to come into a ball here, you could take your elbows to the side of your shins, wrap yourself into a ball, bring your nose towards your knees. Breathe deep wherever you are to your belly. Feel your belly pressing against your legs. One more breath. And then hold on to your knees, stay here, side to side. You're going to get your block, bring your feet back onto the ground. Lift your body up away from the ground and then push your pelvis over to the left. Push the pelvis over to the left. The feet are on the ground, the ribs are on the ground. You're moving your pelvis over to the left. You're going to place your pelvis down onto the ground. Draw your left knee in and then your right knee. Block is in the right hand. Take your arms out to the side. Bring your knees really high towards your chest and then slowly coming into a twist. Try to keep the rib cage and the left shoulder blade on the ground. You may need to put the block underneath your knees or your legs, or maybe in between the knees or between the ankles. Or you may not even need the block at all. Trying to keep the heart facing up towards the sky, trying to keep the left shoulder blade on the ground. But if there's a lot of tension and tightness in your body and it needs to lift, let it do so. Take your right hand on top of your left leg, maybe. These are all suggestions. Maybe you're already where you need to be. You're going to explore what's available. Take your left arm, reach your left arm diagonally away from you. Not up by your ear, diagonally, reaching, spreading the left hand. And then let the head roll to the left. If you are holding on to the top of the left leg, drawing the left leg down towards the ground. And then push the left leg is the top leg. Push the left leg away from you, the top. Make your left waist as long as you can. Push the top of the left pelvis, or left side pelvis, and the left. And then breathe to your left lower back. Breathe to your left waist. Breathe to your left low belly. Breathe to the whole left lower side of your body, all the way down to the left glute. Take one more breath. Bringing your head back up. Release the tension from your body. Take your top leg, which is your left leg, and draw the left leg towards your body. Hold on to your block over to the left. Bring the knees up. Place the feet on the ground. Lift your pelvis up. Place the pelvis back down in neutral. Let your body settle. Let the dust settle. Lift your pelvis up off the ground. Move your pelvis off to the side, to the right. Keep your rib cage on the ground. You're lifting your pelvis up. You're moving it to the right. Place your pelvis down and then draw the right leg up and the left. Take your block in your hand. Keep your knees really high here. Arms are out to the side, or one arm is out, the right arm. And then you're going to let your knees move to the left. Keep your right side shoulder blade on the ground. Keep your rib cage on the ground and go slow. Don't let your body fall into this. Go slowly. Feel what's appropriate for your body. Maybe you need the block between your knees or ankles or underneath your legs, or if you had a pillow nearby, you want to put a pillow underneath. Do what's appropriate for you. And then you're going to be as long as you could be on your right side. Lengthen your waist. Push the top right leg away from you. If you'd like to take your left hand on your right leg, you could do that. Let your head go to the right. So find your way into the twist, heart up towards the sky. Try to keep the shoulder blades onto the ground. And then make your right side be really long. So right side waist very long. Push the right pelvis away from you. Push the top right leg away from you and be as long as you could be here on your right side. And then reach the right arm away from you diagonally. Whether you're reaching or letting it rest, your choice. Breathe to your lower right side back. Directing the breath to the lower back on the right side. Feel the breath moving in your body. Feel the breath coming in and going to your right low back. Then breathe into your right waist. And breathe to your right low belly. And breathe to the whole right side. Feel the breath coming in. Feel the stretch. Feel the protection. Twists can be very relaxing. They can be really delicious. Yet if you push too hard, you come in without awareness, and you just let your joints hang out, it can also be aggravating for the low back. So you need to be very conscious, very aware, very somatically connected, very sensory aware of what you're doing with your body. Use the breath to come down, to explore, to expand. Take one more breath. When we come out, we want to come out with a lot of awareness. You're going to activate the right leg, lifting the right leg up towards your chest and start moving it around. Bring the left leg in. Put your feet on the ground. Head goes back to neutral. Lift your pelvis up and put your body in a neutral position. Close your eyes and find it in your body. Walk your feet a little closer. Lift your pelvis up. And in the air, I want you to tilt your pelvis by pushing your low back towards the ground and then release. You inhale to soften. Exhale, tilt your pelvis back, contract your core, push your low back towards the ground, but your pelvis is hovering, so it doesn't touch the ground. Inhale, exhale. Lengthening the low back, contracting the glutes. And then go ahead and place your spine down onto the ground. Put your hands in your belly. Feet are neutral and a little bit wider than your body. Close your eyes. Explore here the shoulders, explore the low back, explore the chest, the belly, the hips, the pelvis. And let's get our strap. So let's reset. Let's stretch. Let's reset the spine. So you're going to draw one in and then the other. And you're going to take the strap and put the strap onto the soles of the feet. And then let's take the feet wider than your body and hold on to your strap. If you have enough strap to wrap your hands around, try that, depending on what length you have. Take your feet pretty wide. Let the soles of the feet point up towards the sky, and then push the arches towards the strap, and then lift the arches away, push the pinky toe edges. Try to roll your feet with the tension of the strap here. So you try to roll so that you push the top of your foot into the sides of the strap, stretching the ankle joint. And then you try to flatten the arches towards the strap. See if you could feel the stretch somewhere in the lower legs. And keep your legs up over your chest, even if you need to bend them a lot, bend the knees a lot. You don't want your legs away from you because that's too much tension on the low back. And then come to a static hold. Push the pinky toe edges into the strap. Go as wide as you could go here, and then bring your legs as close to the chest area as you can. So not away from you, but as close as you can towards your shoulders. Then bend your knees slowly, pulling the strap down. Try to get the knees to go towards the shoulders, elbows towards the ground. This is a great way to stretch the low back, to stretch the glutes, to stretch the hips, to stretch the inner thighs. And the strap here kind of gives some protection, keeps you a little bit more symmetrical. And so that if you did have any tendencies, it can maybe help to repattern, to bring some good function into your body. So I like doing the strap here with this happy baby posture. It feels great in my body. Hopefully it feels good in yours. Take some deep breaths down to your belly. Close your eyes. Breathe down to your low back. And then breathe down to your tailbone and your sacrum that are in your pelvis. Take one more breath. Let's go ahead and slide the legs back together. Take your hands a little bit higher up the strap. The feet are just body width. Try to straighten the legs if you can. Draw the legs back towards the wall behind you. And of course, if straight legs is not possible, bend your knees. Draw the legs behind you, stretching the glutes, maybe even the low back, hamstrings. Actually, I think it feels better no straight legs. So bend your knees. Try to draw your knees back to wherever you can. Feel that stretch, the back of the body. The soles of the feet are pointing up towards the sky. Don't let your feet collapse. And help draw the legs back with the strap. Only go as far as appropriate for your body. And then go ahead and relax. Take the strap, bring the strap back to the side. Point your feet here and flex. You could have your knees bent, or you could have them closer to straight. Point and flex, point, flex. And then circles in one direction. Go slow, don't go fast. Imagine you're in honey and you're having to move your legs with resistance, your feet. Keep your kneecaps stationary. Let the kneecaps point straight back. They don't move at all. This is only ankles and feet. And go in the other direction. And then bring your knees to your chest, side to side. So let's take time now to let the integration of what you did today in the practice sink into your tissues. So you're going to come into a Shavasana, any variation that you'd like. I recommend putting something underneath your knees or legs up the wall. Whatever feels appropriate to you, go ahead. Move and gather your items that you would like. I'm going to use underneath my knees. Why not? So getting to whatever is appropriate for you to relax your body and relax your mind. Stay with your breath. Come into whatever feels good. Bring your awareness to your breath. Keep your mouth closed. Feel the breath. And start to wiggle your fingers and your toes. Roll your wrists, your ankles. Bending your knees. Draw your knees into your chest. Move side to side. Feel the top edge of your pelvis. Come onto your side. And then pushing away strongly with your hands away from the ground. Coming to a seated position. Let's close the practice. Bring your elbows alongside your body, right underneath your shoulders. Bring the palms to touch. Let the thumbs press towards the heart. Lengthen your spine here. We'll close with a humming sound. Take a big exhale to make room. Big inhale. Bowing in gratitude. Namaste. Body awareness, present moment, sensory awareness is so important for healing yourself, for keeping yourself safe and healed and functional. And the more you develop that awareness, the longer you're going to have a happy, healthy, pain-free body. And the more hopefully you're going to realize that you have a lot of control over your body in a way that maybe we didn't think that we had, or you didn't think that you had. And that's so important for staying pain-free and healing yourself, because it really isn't about going to a chiropractor, going to a physical therapist, and going to an orthopedic surgeon. They're just going to do little, and don't get me wrong, I have a hip replacement. I could not be functioning the way I am without that. So there's definitely things that are very important that we need, but there's also so much that we can do for ourselves, and maybe avoid having something done, or be as good as we could be going into whatever it is we're going to have done for ourselves. So really important to me that you learn how to take care of you, because that is super important for health and happiness and healthy aging. All right, so let's see. I can see you guys are chit-chatting over there while I'm back there. My glasses from that far. All right. Okay, wait. So let me go back because I see Joanne. The regulars are here. Pat, hello. George, you are here. Sorry about a bit late. You know what they say, George? Better late than never, right? And here you are. Dina, I don't know what you love, but you love something, and that's good. Bummer. Oh, okay, you're back. All right. All right, you're welcome, everyone. I'm just reading. Today, a losing sound. Okay. Who the heck knows? Yeah, but is it me or is it you, Joanne? If you're only having trouble with me, what does that mean? Oh, Nancy. Wow. Well, Nancy, this could have been good for you. I didn't even know that. But yeah, you need to email me. And I know you did tell me some things. So please fill me in. Good, Lynn. Dave, hope that was good for you. Carolyn. All right. I was fuzzy. Sorry for being so fuzzy. All right. Anyway, have a great day, guys. Talk to you later. Bye, guys and gals. Ooh, your connection was good. See? So, George, it's not me, it's them. All right. Great for Dave. Good. All right. Bye-bye. Have a great day. Great weekend.